Yo, imagine if my microphone worked when I went to use it. Sheesh. OBS is being weird today. What a good time. What a good time. Yes. Having an absolute blast with my OBS being good and working well. Anyway. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 9th of June. It is the morning time of just about 8 AM. And as always, this is the Good Morning Gaming News, and I am Smile or Smile on Speed Dial, and we're just going to get into some of the things that I spotted this morning. Some of these things could be a little bit old. I haven't done a bit of the Good Morning Gaming News in a little while because of the state of the world and the more important things like Black Lives Matter that is going on in the world. A little bit more important than reporting on this. But now we're getting back into it again. So today, the first tweet we're going to be looking at now is Capcom updating their Resident Evil titles to be consistently formatted so that they actually look normal on Steam. They have also done multiple sales on multiple platforms in the last week. And this person here says that it's almost like a new game will be announced. There's also a bit of news going around where an Austrian site has been allowing people to pre-order Resident Evil 8. So we'll see how that goes. But I personally absolutely fucking love that they've done this. My Steam library is screaming in happiness because now all my Resident Evil games are sitting right next to each other in the correct order, mostly. And I can't get over this. This is absolutely fantastic. I've wanted this for so damn long, and it is finally here, so we can potentially be looking forward to Resident Evil 8. We'll see. Now, the next part of the news that I've got to cover is Twitch-related news, and it is a huge flood of DMCA takedowns on old clips and old streams and highlights. And now this hasn't happened to me yet, but I have taken steps to avoid it. Twitch support themselves have tweeted on this, so we'll take a look at their tweet really quickly. And they say, this week we've had a sudden influx of DMCA takedown requests for clips with background music from 2017 to 19. If you're unsure about rights to audio in past streams, we advise removing those clips. We know many of you have large archives and we're working to make this easier. As of this, I believe they haven't made anything easier, but there are fan-made tools. I wouldn't say fan. There are community-made tools which allow you to delete and find your archive again as a solid, like, hard copy, so please look out for those. Twitch support says that this is the first time that they have received mass DMCA claims against clips. They understand that it has been stressful for affected creators and are working on solutions, including examining how we can give you more control over your clips. We adhere to DMCA, blah blah blah, etc, etc, etc. And this is, yeah, so a really big one. It also has prompted a response from advocates like Ryan Morrison or the Video Game Attorney. He has advised content creators not to counter the claims without speaking to an intellectual property lawyer. You are quite literally telling them you are going to continue what you're doing unless they sue you. He tweeted, "Don't threaten billionaire companies to sue you." Which is true. Yep. So in follow-up tweets, Morrison noted that Twitch did not change their policies. Instead, it appears that it is merely being enforced in a meaningful way for the first time on the platform. He said that streamers are mistaken if they believe they can stream the game and its music because they own it, stating that you can buy a license to play the game, and commercial use is usually not allowed under the terms of service. He ends with a call to action. If streamers dislike these laws, they need to fight for policy change at the legislation level. There are much more important issues going in society right now, obviously, but DMCA process needs to rewrite with where the internet is. Most streamers are 100% infringing. That needs to change. And I definitely 100% agree with everything that has been stated there. As it currently stands, everything is infringing with the current copyright laws. But the only way to make that change is to have them be changed. And there are a lot of people who don't want that to be changed. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes, but what I've done is actually migrate all my music over to be Monstercat, and I've started to purchase a subscription to protect my hobby and my channel. So you'll be hearing different music than normal from here on out. The next part of news is that Satisfactory is finally out on Steam. This game is absolutely fantastic. It was an Epic Store exclusive for a little while there, which made a lot of people very upset, but it has now been released on Steam. Finally, as of today, so if you were waiting to purchase it, Satisfactory is on Steam. Go now, buy it. It's fun, it's great. Do it. And it's 10% off too. Would you look at that? Fantastic. So, Need for Speed Heat looks like it's the first EA game that's going to be getting crossplay, which is really good news. It's going to be added in the game's final update, which is due out tomorrow. Once it's live, players will be able to opt into crossplay from the game's settings and race against whoever, whether they are on PS4, Xbox One or PC. It'll also be possible to search for people you know on other platforms using EA Friends tab, as long as they've also opted into crossplay. Crossplay has been slowly getting added into more and more games since Epic Games announced Fortnite would be getting it back in 2018. This is correct. And this was one of the main big things I would say that I'm happy that Fortnite was really pushing is the forcing of crossplay. It's good to see that Minecraft also got it as well. Sony being the horrible people they are. At the time, there are still lots of games that don't support crossplay. There are many EA games that could be good to do with if they have crossplay added, so that'd be great. It's the boy. How's it going? Good morning to you. Moving on to the next piece of news. We have got information on lock boxes and loot boxes, which is a big topic for debate, and it's saying here that English lawmakers may classify lock boxes as straight up gambling. Loot boxes are a virtually speculative commodity that only help to normalize and encourage young people to take a chance, said the Labour MP Carolyn Harris. All too often this will lead to youngsters developing an addiction to gambling. Yes, Not only have I actually firsthand seen friends of mine that I went to high school with get addicted to gambling before loot boxes were a thing. This is back when RuneScape had the the duel arena, the sand casino. I have personally known people who get addicted to chance gambling in games. And loot boxes have never rubbed me the right way. They've never been used very well. So it is astonishing that there's statistics like 71% of the most popular Steam titles contained loot boxes. That's ridiculous. Adding loot box warnings on video games. That's good. Fantastic. It's a good step in the right direction. Hopefully that makes a good change. It's the boy. Do you play Minecraft Dungeons? Yes. Yes, I do play Minecraft Dungeons. I was doing a little bit of grinding before stream, actually. Moving on to the next bit of news, which is absolutely incredible, by the way. The absolute insane amount of support this bundle has gotten, and not only the support from people giving, but also the amount of developers that have given the support to create this bundle is insane. I'm super happy for this. There's an itch.io bundle which is offering over 740 games, and all of the proceeds are going towards the racial justice and charitable organizations. And the last time that I saw it, it was at something like $2.2 million raised, which is absolutely incredible. This article says 900,000. It's definitely a lot higher than that now. It's going to be split between two organizations on a 50-50 split. I'm going to provide a link to this, and I do suggest that you go support this. That link is huge because of the way that I copied it. That's better. And that will be in the description of the video as well. So if you do have $5, $10 to spare, $20, please support this cause. It's absolutely amazing to see the game community come together like this. Okay, and the last little bit of news today is we've got some information, some more speculative rumors on Cyberpunk, which is very interesting too. Is to do with the hackers, which are basically computer wizards, and what they mean by that is that when you're in cyberspace, you will possibly have the capacity to summon fantasy RPG-like creatures and warriors. Not just for fun. There'll be visual representations of tools that you can use in the virtual world to aid your efforts or attack other hackers. Netrunners, to use the parlance of the game. After all, you have if you have the complete mastery of your high-tech digital world, why wouldn't you summon forth wizards and unicorns to your bidding? Exactly. So while you're in virtual space, there's no reason why you couldn't be summoning fantastical creatures, even some of those which may be in The Witcher or other series. So that's interesting. It's from a German podcast, so something could have got lost to translation, but it's definitely something to think about. And yeah, with that, we're going to wrap up the Good Morning Gaming news there for the 9th of June 2020. And we'll get into some games.